Why do we need great friends? Love's alive. You lie for friends. Why do we need it? We're wired for it. It's in you. It's the law of God in your life. What do good friends do for you? Let me give you 3 things real quick what good friends do for you. Number 1, it kills loneliness. We saw it starkly in that movie trailer. Vivek Murthy, the 19th and the 21st Surgeon General of the U.S. under the Obama administration, wrote a book, and he had these stats about loneliness in America. 61% of young adults 18 to 25, 51% of mothers with young children feel serious loneliness. It's supposed to be some of the best time of your life. Man, I'm breaking out. This is great. Oh, I've got my first baby or my second baby. I got young kids. And it's supposed to be, and yet, feeling isolated, alone, serious loneliness. Those with strong social relationships, this is interesting, are 50% less likely to die prematurely than those with weak social relationship. You live longer if you got good social relationships. Loneliness and lack of social connection is equal to the risk of smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and it's greater than the risk associated with obesity, excess alcohol consumption, and lack of exercise. All right, so if you smoke, you're overweight, you never get any exercise, but you got great friends, you're golden. You're golden. God bless you, man. Keep at it. Keep at it. Loneliness is associated with a greater risk of coronary heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke, dementia, depression, anxiety. I don't like any of those things, man. Coronary heart disease, high blood pressure, stroke. Wow, okay. Loneliness causes us to question our self-worth and assume there is something wrong with us, which in turn makes us lack confidence and try less to reach out to others. You see the cyclical problem there, right? Oh man, people don't like me, I'm no good, so I'm not really gonna try to be friends, and then people don't like me, so I'm no good, and so this thing just kind of goes down, and you're in this loneliness spiral. A large percent of alcohol and drug usage is fueled by trying to numb the pain of loneliness. 21 years of being a pastor here in Snoqualmie Ridge, we moved here, 21 years ago, and the development was brand new. It was only 700 homes here, and the developers told us why they did it. They said, man, we made this different. This is going to be so cool. We're going to put all the houses really close together, make really small yards, but what we're going to do is we're going to make a community where people are connected, because we're going to put a little park within walking distance in each one of the neighborhoods. And in that little park, people are not going to play in their backyard. They're going to go to the park, and they're going to play, and they're going to meet their neighbors, and it's just going to be this wonderful fairy tale land. It's great. And I think the developers were from Southern California. They didn't know that it's dark and rainy, 9 months out of the year here, but it didn't work. It's a failed experiment. In all my years of pastoring, I have attended to more suicides, right? Alcohol, drug usage in people who look like they have it together, look like their lives are perfect. And you look at oh, don't hurt that baby. Mama, what are you doing? Kayla, bring her back. That's little Winter. We dedicated her 2 weeks ago. She's a precious little bit. You know what? Little Emma's born. Jamie, right? It's not Jamie. Morgan. Sorry, Morgan. Had little Emma 10 weeks ago. Ella. Chase and Aaron are here this morning with with their little guy. I know what it feels to be alone. I'm all by myself up here. Genesis 2, second chapter in the entire Bible, says this. God said it. It is not good for people to be alone. Man, to be alone. He's using the word generically, man and woman, to be alone. It is not good. He said, look, I created you not for loneliness, not for isolation. It's God's design. You cannot get away from it. Good friends are the cure. Good friends are the cure. Love's alive. You're alive with friends. Cure for loneliness. Number 2, it heals us. It heals us. Heals us. There's this crazy verse in the book of James that says, admit your faults to one another. Pray for each other so that you may be healed. You know what happens? All that stuff they was talking about, we're carrying this weight of fears, frustrations, failures, and, especially us dudes, right? We carry this stuff, and we're not going to share it because we have the answer to every problem. We know how to fix every problem. And if we don't, it's a sign of weakness to say that, oh, I don't know how to fix this problem. So we take that, and we put it in that same compartment that says, I don't need friends. And we let it sit there. And that thing begins to work on us and eat away at us. And we begin to die like the poor girl in the movie, alone and isolated. And again, it may not be 3 years before they find you, but it doesn't matter. We still die alone. And the Bible says, hey, when you have friends, you get that out there. And your friend comes along and says, hey, I'm gonna walk with you through this, and I'm gonna pray with you and trust God with you. Galatians 6, Paul writes this, carry each other's burdens, and in this way fulfill the law of Christ. Carry each other's and fulfill the law of Christ. Do the things that Christ asked you to do. And Paul's not talking about groceries or a sack of potatoes or a load of cement, carry the burden. No. He says those burdens that you guys carry, and many of you women carry. He says, look, we're going to carry each other's burdens. As a pastor, I'm asked to go to the hospital a lot. And I don't mind going, but I have a doctorate, but I'm not a doctor, right? I mean, I tell my wife all the time, hey, I'm the doctor in the house. I can help you out here. It's like, I'm a director at the hospital. Can you just shut up and stick to your Bible stuff, right? But I'll go to the hospital, and if, God bless you, but I get squeamish. And someone will have, hey, you want to see my scar? And they're like, tubes coming out. And it's, like, no, I don't. Bob Fox. Bob, are you here this morning? He had quadruple bypass. I went to the hospital. The guy is a stud. He's 72 years old, and he bounced out of that thing. He was on his feet like a day later. They put him in, anyway, cool story. I don't go to the hospital because they need my great doctoral experience, is my point. When you go to the hospital to visit somebody there, it's not like you're going to be able to say, oh, they should do this and this kind of treatment. No, you go to the hospital, you can sit there and hold their hand and just be with them in their sickness, in their malady, in their hurt. And you know what the doctors say? It brings healing. They can tell you, people that don't have anyone ever come visit them in the hospital, they stay longer. Many of them, you understand. Love's alive. You're alive with friends. Number 3, it proves your faith. It proves you're a person of faith. John 15, Jesus wrote this, my command is this. Notice he doesn't say my suggestion is this. Here's a good principle to live by. Here's some ideas that you might want to keep in your back pocket in case you ever need them. No, if you're a follower of Christ, if you're going to be a fully devoted follower of Christ, you're saying, hey, that's my aim, that's my goal, I want to live like Jesus. Then when he says something like, my command is this, it is not, I'll take that under advisement. Here's his command, love each other as I have loved you. No greater love is any man that he laid down his life for one's friends. It is a tall order. It is an incredible calling that God has put on us. But the only thing, he's saying, the only thing that shows that you have faith is how you love. It is not how much time you spend at church, how much you pray, how many chapters of the Bible you read every day, not how much your faith is like, I could just, no, it's none of that stuff. Your volunteering is not it. Many of you have had a portion of this verse, this chapter in your, not this one, but 1 Corinthians 13. You guys ever heard of that? 1 Corinthians 13, it's the love is patient, love is kind, love is gentle. It's not, right? You've had that at your wedding. How many of you had it at your wedding? It was on the napkins. It was on the invitation. The preacher said it, read it or something. And, it was part of your wedding. Yeah, yay, this is so good. That starts in about verse 4. Nobody ever reads the first 3 verses of 1 Corinthians 13. It says this, if I could speak all the languages on earth, and this would have been great for Pastor Kay in Mexico. She's like, if I could just speak Spanish, it'd be awesome. And of angels. I mean, you were that smart. You not only knew all the languages on the planet, but you also knew angel languages. You're smart, man. But didn't love others. You'd be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. Clang, 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 clang. Is that annoying? Yes. Very much so. You ever meet smart people that aren't very kind? Yes. They're annoying, aren't they? They really know a lot. Some of you are married to that person. They're really smart. My wife's over there going, ugh. Thank you for saying I'm smart. No, you're not saying that. She said. But they're annoying. They're annoying. It goes on. If I had the gift of prophecy, that'd be really cool, be able to see what God sees. Understood all of God's secrets, amazing, his plans. Oh, God, I want to know your plan, what your will, right? Possessed all knowledge. And if I had such faith that I could move mountains but didn't love others, it would be Zippo and not the lighter. It would be nothing, right? One more. If I gave everything I had to the poor, even sacrificed my body, and I could boast about it, I didn't love others. I have gained jack. Nothing. You want to prove to me that you're a fully devoted follower of Christ? You want to show the world that you love Jesus? He says, then love others. Love others. Some of you have lousy marriages and lousy relationships. Some of you have a lousy relationship with Jesus himself. Last week, Stephen talked about Christian-ish. Didn't Stephen do a great job? That was incredible. I was so proud of him, man. Incredible. I was taking notes. Yeah, thank you. Christian-ish. Yeah, I kind of like God, but I don't really want to do what he says. Galatians 5 says this. The entire law, the entire Bible, the whole thing is fulfilled in keeping this one command. Again, not a suggestion. Love your neighbor as yourself. You are Christian-ish if you decide, I really love God, but no, not her. And I know it's hard. It's hard for some introverts. You ever see these memes about introverts? Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Nothing. Oh, cool. I'm having a barbecue at my place. Everyone's going to, let me say it again. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not coming to your house. Even if you're an introvert, you're not exempt from loving the people around you. You don't have to go to every party. Love is alive. You're live with friends.